have one now that I remember. One. Everything comes to it. The more people will want to come on. Okay, yeah, that's true. But, right now I'm getting like tons of notifications. And I also... John P., good morning, brother. You don't use it for other things, only YouTube account, girl. Okay, that makes sense. How are you doing, John? I'm all done with exercising. I rode 30 minutes today. You love our toys, right? Love our toys is awesome, isn't she? She's awesome. Love our toys. Do you know John P.? Good guy. He likes to talk about ovnis, UFOs. What are they called now? Just came into piano. Awesome. So your child has piano. UAPS. Thank you. UAPS. Yep. So he does a lot of that, and he takes us on walks. You added toys? Wonderful. Hi, John. Just oh my God, I love it. Yep. So she Love Our Toy Pups does puppy cams. So if you like, if you just want to sit and relax, she'll sing to you. And you'll be seeing puppies just napping sometimes, or just running around being their cute selves. It's a very sweet channel. And she'll sing for you. Love Our Toy Pups. I love aliens. I love UFO stories, and he shares other people's stories. They'll share their story. He's a really good guy, and he's from Portugal. I love our toy pups. OMG, they're real. That is all I have to say. Yes, it is. Okay, you guys. I never met one, but from what I know, they are known as can be under circumstances. Very real and well hidden. You think you might have once? I'll share with you right now. So my aunt since passed away. One of my aunts in Mexico, Cuquita, that was her nickname, Cuquita. She and my cousin were out walking, and my family, my mom's side of the family is from Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. And I'm right here, guys. This is Love Our Toy Pups. You're funny. And I'm not hiding. This is Love Our Toy Pups. Anyways, so she and my cousin were out walking, and they saw UFOs. They saw ovnis, right? And she made it into the news in Mexico. And then some people from Russia, some scientists, came and interviewed her and recorded her. This was back in the 1980s in the Sonoran Desert. They saw UFOs. Nice. I have one. He's from Seattle. He's family from Mexico. Awesome. Oh, yeah. And me, I lived in Arizona for a long time, for 20 years. And I've seen lights I couldn't explain. And I lived in Tucson. Now, in Tucson, there was the Air Force Base, And I saw something. I was walking my dogs. I had 4 dogs at the time. And 3 dogs. I had 4 dogs after I moved to Safford. But I had 3 dogs, and I was walking them in our neighborhood in Tucson, and something I can't explain what it was, and I don't know if it was because again, I lived there in Tucson, and in Tucson is the Air Force Base, okay? There was a triangular shaped something above our neighborhood, but it was in place. And it made a kind of sound. Not hard, not. That's all it made. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know if it was, again, because Air Force Base. It could have been they were testing something. We would have sonic booms every once in a while and shook our houses, you know. Love our toy pups. Spaceship! I don't know. But it was interesting. There in Tucson, we have the Boneyard, which is where a whole bunch of the airplanes from the Air Force, or, you know, fighter jets and everything are kept. That's how they hide it, but it's been proven it's real. Says love our toy pups. We call triangles TR3B. Okay. It was interesting. It was different. You know, I don't know. I couldn't explain it. So yeah, I don't know. It was, you know, definitely since I've moved to Oregon, I found out about Bigfoot, and I never knew, but part of the Bigfoot community, which I was like, what? Because there's like a UFO festival they have here in Oregon once a year, and of course they have a Bigfoot festival, and some people believe Bigfoot is an alien. And I want to show you guys something. So my fiance, one of his best friend, back in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, 2010, you know, for a long time, he searched for Bigfoot, and they encountered stuff, and they heard noises. My honey, he does video editing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they may be related, says John P. Yeah, that's what I found out people really believe. And so they have recordings that are crazy. They sound like women screaming, and they are drawn by women laughing, like women out in the forest, or, you know, if they're laughing or whatever. That's when sometimes Bigfoot has made an appearance. But I wanted to show you guys something. I can't quite reach it, but what I'll do is turn the camera around and try to show you guys. So my honey, way before he ever met me, went with his friend. I don't know when it was, and I can't get it down to read to you. But from the original persons who first got the video of, you know, the recording of Bigfoot by that river that one time in the 1960s, and they took an impression. This is an original, this is an official copy of that Bigfoot. um, he went to a Bigfoot convention or a Bigfoot festival, and the person, I can't remember his name, so I'll have to ask my honey when he comes home, and I'll share the next time. But that is a Bigfoot impression. Bigfoot's foot impression. People really believe that, and again, I won't I won't cut anything down. I'm like, well, Lord, if God created us and animals and everything else, you never know. You never know. But yeah, the Bigfoot community. And I found out that in Russia, Bigfoot, which I found this out when I met my honey, my fiance, and I met his friend. Bigfoot in Russia is called Alma. I'm like, I'm a Bigfoot. Yes. Yeah, it's really cool. I wish I could play the sound for you that they recorded out in the forest, because this is Bigfoot country out here, and like 45 minutes from here, it used to be nothing. My honey took me up there. He had me drive up there, and it used to be forest upon forest upon forest. I mean, it was just, and there's been logging, and it's chopped down. But up there is where a lot of sightings would be. And then about 7 or 8 miles from here, from our house, there is there's a state park, Silver Falls. It has 10 waterfalls, and it's a huge park. And I had a weird, and I was teasing the whole time that this happened. I went camping out there, and I stayed in a cabin, and we left our food outside in a cooler, right? And about 2 o'clock in the morning, something was pounding on the cabin, like wom, 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 wom. And then, but I was too scared to get up and go out there. I was like, everything's locked. I'm staying safe inside. You have to go. We may have some stories to share in my channel, sis. You think so? But when we went outside, something had gone through our cooler. The cooler wasn't ripped apart, and nothing was dumped. Something had gone in and picked out the food. I remember, and I was like, it was Bigfoot. But there are a lot of Bigfoot sightings around here. My 2 best interviews are for Bigfoot. Really? Wow. I'm not, I haven't seen Bigfoot. But I know, out here, and I've met people who truly believe and are scared of Bigfoot out here. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. From hearing that recording, those screams, I'll tell you, it gave me cold chills. It was crazy. Crazy. I don't know. Based off of what I've experienced, and it wasn't much of an experience, but still what I've experienced about seeing lights out in the desert that can't be explained, and then what I saw in Tucson. 2 knocks is okay, but 3 get out. Mm-hmm.
And
they're taking trees up out of the ground, knocking them against other trees.
It's
Not sticks, trees. Just, but I hope, my eyesight slowly is improving. I like right here I can see. If I hold my eyes and my hand that close to I can start seeing. I can see, outlines and stuff. Like right now, if I close my eyes, I can't see nothing, but I can see color, and I can see light and dark, and I can see movement back and forth, right? But I'm hoping, I'm praying, and my doctor, when I went on Monday, expects my vision to return. And my doctor was like, it's going to happen suddenly, too. It's going to be from one day to the next, and it's going to get clearer and clearer and clearer. You're going to be one day, and all of a sudden, I can see again. So I'm like, okay, it's been 5 weeks. When's it going to happen? But I guess with, it's just taking longer than he expected, but they checked, and it's going to get better. So once that happens, I can take you guys. I won't be able to do live streams because there's no Wi-Fi out there. But I'll record and show you guys around Silver Falls. I can't make it to all 10 waterfalls. I can barely make it to 1 or 2. But there's like the first 2 waterfalls. You can go behind them and walk around, and it's beautiful out there. And the introduction to Twilight was actually recorded out here. Yeah. So I'll take you guys there. There's places I want to take you. I love going and doing things. So Johnny, I'll record. It won't be as fun as you walking around in the dark. I don't know how you do that. I'm like, oh no, out here. With Bigfoot and mountain cats getting you. You seen Twilight? We love to hate Twilight, right? You don't want to admit you like it, but you do sometimes, and other times you don't like it. Bigfoot also talks telepathically. I don't know. I don't want someone reading my mind. Okay. Well, you know what? We should get going. It's 10 o'clock my time. I don't know what time it is for you. Isn't it? Don't you need to? He may have messages. You can learn sign language. I honestly, there's been times when I first moved out here, especially, I went and explored alone a lot. And there were times I got very creepy feelings out there. Yeya loved your talk. I'm going to share your story, but leave an invitation to talk in my channel. Love to know more. Awesome. Of course, and I'll be stopping by to see you. And love our toy pups. I'll be stopping by to see you too. And everyone else on the replay, thank you. I'd like to maybe talk later with your fiance. Yeah, I'll ask him. That'd be cool. I'll ask him. He's not here right now, so I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is with you, and get you some more of my friends to stop by. Oh, thank you. That'd be exploring more. I like car shows. I like exploring. It probably won't be UFO stuff because I watch stuff like that from you guys, and I'll talk about what I've seen. But I like to, I like to hear stuff. I like to learn. So God bless you guys. Love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, but I'll be seeing you on your live streams. Okay, love you. Bye.
Wonderful. Hope you enjoyed the story, guys.